But I guess sometimes you just need an elastic band to play with your toys. I am completely energized over the new Electrified line. So far in Canada, we got the Frankie, who has the feature. However, I ripped off her head. If you would like to see a video with more details of that. It wasn't difficult at all. I chose to put her on one of these bodies, opposed to one of these bodies, because I prefer the arms that aren't jointed. I like the knees. I don't like the wrist and elbow joints because it's just too haphazard and stuff. Anyway, she looks fantastic in her outfit by herself without the feature, and I like that she is now playable, sittable. She doesn't have this mechanical gear in her, even though I do love the sound effects. Here's her head. Okay, so I also have Ari and Draculaura, but I believe I'm most excited about the new character, so we're gonna open up Silvi Timberwolf. The box is amazing. Love the sparkles. Love the 80s, 90s look. I never dressed like that. I was never a big fan of fluorescent colors in the 80s or 90s, or even now. I'm more of a gray-brown kind of guy. But I love these, and I love the packaging, and I love the colors, and I appreciate it. There's not a synopsis. You can see that this is an international card. She's daughter of the Grey Werewolves, Sylvie, Electrified, and these are the hair-raising ghouls, these basic ones. I want to salvage as much of the card as possible, so I'm going to get out my handy letter opener. I'm going to use it to bust open the cardboard. So you can split them down both sides. You can take the figure off that way. So they didn't staple her head into the card itself. Instead, they stapled it into some cardboard inserts. The back of the card is pretty plain, but you can see some cobwebs, electrified cobwebs. And this is how this is attached. I'm going to use my mouth, because I've had the most success with that, even though that didn't really work. Okay, that one came out properly. That's what you want to happen. The joints are nice and tight. That is an added bonus, because one of the reasons I am not into the joints in the arms and the wrists is because they're usually too loose, but these are significantly tighter. I do have a problem with collars like this. Okay, I won't go there quite yet. As a whole, it's awesome. She's got great shoes, great colored skin, some skirt with some different fabrications, which is awesome. She's got this collar piece, and she's got 2 earrings and a really cool plastic ponytail holder. And I love the crimped hair. I love the colors. Her face is really awesome too. She's pretty, and I like the gray with the pink and the blue. And what I don't like is that when they design these necklaces and collar pieces and whatever it is, it's not going to stay in place without an elastic band. So what is the point? They did a really good job with Frankie's. They made it clip onto her, so even when you remove the elastic, it stayed in place. I love that. It's like a vest. This is not playable, so I don't know why they continue to do this, and this is, I'd say, happens probably with 80% of the dolls, if not more. If I look at the collar piece, it is a beautiful design, and I will, I guess, elastic band it down. It fastens like this over the neck. Very, very long fur, like Beastman's collar. Her dress underneath is one piece, but it looks like 2 pieces. It velcros off. There is a hole here, so she's got some breathing room. It's jagged, and I really like this teal color, I guess. This is very nylon, and this is even a thicker, sturdier, more rigid nylon. And it's asymmetrical. It's longer on one side here than it is here. And it's a great pattern, and you can see some wolves in there howling, and their tails, and there's a wolf bum. Let's look at these shoes. They're kind of like Frankie's in the way that they do wrap up and around, but they just don't go as high. The claw detail of the heel. And she does have the fur details on her wrists and her ankles, and the claw hand. And I love a gray colored skin. It always translates really well, I think, to a Monster High doll. The gray-skinned ghouls and monsters are always some of my favorites. 2 earrings. If you look on the back of her ears, see those white things? I think that's just where the holes were punched out. You can see some of the pink transferred from the earring on her ear. So 2 holed earrings. And I guess they're a collection of claws. And the other one is the exact mirror of that. I like the ponytail holder. Again, I think you will want to use an elastic band to hold that on. You had to actually do that with the one on Frankie. I think the one with Frankie was stapled on, but when I removed the light show from the top of her head, it needed a little more squeezing to stay on, so I put the elastic band around there, just like I found hers. The line is reminding me a lot of Freaky Fusion. It's reminding me a lot of The Great Scarier Reef, and it definitely has elements of the Tiki ones. Her hair is a bit of a mess. It's harder to deal with the crimping, and from what I've seen so far with Frankie's, the more you disrupt it, the more the crimps get separated, so then it might not look as good. But maybe if you go full out, I think I saw some pictures on Instagram where they brushed it out completely and it looks good in a different way. I don't know, it depends on what you're after. I would take a look at what some other people have done and see how you like the look of the combed out crimp, or try to not touch it as much as possible. Okay, I'm getting her dressed. I really love the colors in her hair. Do you know who would have translated well to this line as Abby? I'm surprised that they didn't include her here. And let me know if you think that there's some connection between Abby and that giant snow beast that was in the new reboot movie, because they have all the same coloring, they kind of look alike, and Abby wasn't in the original, but that snow beast was. So I kind of think that snow beast is going to turn into Abby. But I could be mistaken, they could just look exactly the same. Don't get me wrong either, I do like this collar. I'm just disappointed that it can't stay in place. But I guess sometimes you just need an elastic band to play with your toys. Let me know which one you want to see first. Is it Draculaura or Airy that you're most interested in seeing? I'm probably going to get them all up around the same time though, so fear not. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Was this mess here the whole time?
Oh.